Good day, YouTube. Welcome to Chad sitting in his basement. The Rhino is here. Maybe we'll stay on for a bit and there'll be other people. Maybe nobody else will join and we'll go offline early. Who knows, right? One of these times soon enough, you're going to come to join and it's going to be burnt wood all in here too. It's been decided that this is getting the burnt wood treatment in here as well. Not the whole room, but this little area. I'm kind of excited, to be honest. I'm intrigued on how it's going to look when I'm done with it. I originally was going to go across. We'll see how things go. We'll see. Not 100% sure how we'll do things. So how is everybody doing? What's going on? What's new? What's exciting? Any new beer news around you? Any new celebrity news around you? We can talk about a lot of things. I mean, hey, what about Hulk Hogan? What about Ozzy Osbourne? There's been a lot of celebrity deaths this week. More celebrity deaths than I expected to see happen this week, to be honest. And I guess it comes in waves, right? Like it comes in waves where you don't really realize how many people you grew up watching are dying until it starts happening. Because, you grew up watching, by the time you were watching them, they were probably 20, 30 years older than you. So by the time they start dropping, it really reminds you of where you are in the world of stuff. Like, what do we have so far this week? We have Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, Malcolm Jamal Warner from The Cosby Show, Chuck Mangione, like lots of just people you wouldn't have expected. I mean, I thought Ozzy was going to live forever. I'll be honest. Maybe not necessarily Hogan. Hogan's body was destroyed, so I get it. And you can say you like the guy, you can say you didn't like the guy. That doesn't matter. You grew up watching him on wrestling, and it just brings back those memories if you watched wrestling at the time. I mean, it doesn't necessarily, again, mean that you liked the person, but you can remember what you saw back in the 80s and 90s, which is the memories I really have of him. I didn't really pay any attention to him after his star started falling, right? Like, like I can remember Suburban Commando and Mr. Nanny and Santa with Muscles and all that stuff too. So I mean, it is what it is. Zeus, No Holds Barred, right? Like that's the stuff I remember with him. I guess to an extent you could say the Rocky movie, but I was never a big Rocky fan. Chuck Mangione, I didn't really listen to a lot of his music, but watching King of the Hill, his music was in that. So I guess that reminds me of my younger days as well. Ozzy, I listened to a lot of Ozzy. I remember getting beat up for listening to Ozzy from my family, and that made me want to listen to Ozzy even more. I had an Ozzy Osbourne shirt that my ex-wife ripped on me, and it was a sweater at one point, and the arms were cut off of it, and it ended up being an overshirt, but it was getting thinner and thinner to the point where you could see through it in a lot of places. It had holes everywhere. I still had that up into my 30s when it got destroyed. I had it from the time I was 8. It was handed to me. It was way too big for me when it was given to me at 8, but I had it from 8 until no, it would have been about 12. From 12 until in my 30s. So it was 20 years old, and it just kept living. And I got too big for it at some points. I got too small for it at some points, and I would just keep wearing it. I didn't care. And she got mad at me one day and just came up, and there was a big hole right down in the left abdomen area. And I'm talking my ex-wife, not my current wife. She stuck her finger in it and just, and it was gone. And it was sad because I had kept that shirt for so long. It was like the flaming goblin head Aussie, right? Like, yeah, I miss that. But the man ate a bat on stage. Like, sure, the story is he didn't know it was a bat, but hey, I did not expect anything bad to happen to that man because of that. No real big beer news going on in Saskatchewan. I know Multinational has made a call for 4-pack holders, so I got to go hand them mine because I do help them out whenever I can because I have nothing else to do with them, right? So these just get collected here until I end up going to visit them. I'll even bring them my 6-pack holders, even though they don't really sell a lot of beers in 6-packs, but I have 6-pack holders too. But like, I just collect them. I bring them whenever I go, and I just hand them to them. I mean, they tell me they're worth between 10 and 25 cents a piece to buy, so having people hand them into them is nice for them. And usually they'll give you a free pint for bringing the beer holders to them if you got a bunch of them, because they do cost a pretty penny. So it's just nice to help out a local place as well, right? I'm not using them, so what good is it to me? Sorry, I just got some I got some wood over here for some reason. I see there's a comment. We'll get to that in 1 second. I'm just going to move the wood so I can reach my beer better. Oh, you know what I was doing with this? I was measuring stuff out to see. I was hoping that I'd have some stuff that didn't have to be cut, or that it was a good size to be a guide. We got going on. I'll do it this way for you, sir, because you're more than invited. I just don't want to pay the 20 cents to send it to you. There you go. I'm cheap. Good day, good day.
What's going on, buddy?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
No, just got done work, came home. Thought I'd have some a drinky poo with some people if they showed up. It's about it. How about for yourself?
Nice, mate. I'm embarrassingly the same, mate. I've got very little to report on, which is of interest. Just working like a dog, and Saturday is the respite. Don't try not to judge me too much, but we're back with the old Costco, beverage.
What do I have tonight? I am drinking some stuff from. You're gonna judge me here. I got the lemon ginger radler from District to start with.
Mate, I like the idea of the ginger. I'm not going to run in your parade. I think the ginger could be.
I have 6 beers pulled out, but this is what we're starting with.
Nice. Give me a second. I've got my can broke and it all fell out the top. So, give me a sec. Yeah, mate. I think the ginger might be a pleasant surprise.
It's a beer I quite enjoy. So,
You've had this one before?
Yes, this one it came in a 12 pack. It was 4 different beers in the 12 pack, and this is the one I've had of them. So I bought the 12 pack to get the other 3, and this was in there.
What's the damage for a 12 pack?
This one was on sale for $26.99.
Oh my god!
And then because we're in Saskatchewan, add your deposit and then all your taxes. Because unlike Ontario, you don't get the taxes put into the original price.
Do you get is there like a returns thing? You sub up your cans and take them back in? And, yeah.
And in this province, they put a deposit on a lot of things. Like even a bottle of water, you're paying a deposit on.
Really?
Yeah. So a lot of times we'll do our returns, like our Sarcan returns, and we'll make like $60 taking it back because we got like 4 big bags of everything that the family has drank in a couple weeks.
Sure. I'm curious that they recycle plastic, because when I was in Ontario, which was 2019, it was only aluminium, and it was only alcoholic as well.
They take plastic to the beer store, but they'd only take like liquor bottles plastic. Anything else plastic had to go in your blue bins. Here, like I'm not even allowed to put glass in my blue bins. If I put like a jar in there, I can get fined.
You can get fined. Jesus.
Yeah. They actually apparently have cameras on the trucks to watch what's pouring out when they dump your bin.
Mate, government. You gotta love them. Whenever they think of it, it's just a new way.
Now I can still bring my glass back, but I have to bring it to Sarcan, so I have to collect it in a different type of container and then bring it there when I bring my other stuff. Like I'll get money back for these 5 beer bottles at my feet, but I have to wait till I fill something up, right? So
yeah, that was one of the reasons why I never drank bottles in Canada, just because they're just a nightmare to get rid of. Whereas there's at least cans, you can squash them, chuck them in a plastic bag, and it's good. I mean, like if you can take back 400 cans without too many issues, just find a place in the shed or the garage or whatever.
Now 400 bottles,
400 bottles, mate. What are you going to do? That's how many 2-4s is that?
Yeah, like we would. I think the most I ever took back bottle wise, I had something like 6 2-4s worth, and it was such a long thing. Like you had to take the card out, fill the card up, bring it in, come back out again.
And what did you end up getting? Like a $1.50?
You would have made about $2 per case. So yeah, not much. Like $2.40 a case, and then plus all your cans and And they get flustered with you too, right? Because they want you to separate them. You need to separate clear glass, green glass, blue glass. You need to do this. You need to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's an exercise in just feeling good about yourself. It's not. It's that's the only reason you end up doing it. So, are you watching this in? Because I'm watching this in your in your StreamYard. Do you watch this on YouTube, or do you watch this on in StreamYard?
Like the people watching it right now?
No, you. Because I'm just wondering, because I can't see.
Yeah, I have us open in StreamYard, and then if anyone comments or anything, if anyone comments on YouTube, I get the comments here. Like that was
gotcha.
on YouTube. And
Roger Dodger. So what did you actually get up to today?
Just work.
Are you working today, huh?
Yeah, I worked today. I got banished. I got banished by my. So I am to what I'm not going to tell you the title my company calls me because it would give away what company I work for. Sure. But I'd be an assistant store manager, right? That's what I am, is the second in command in a store. Sure. So my supervisor, the one below me, she banished me to the office because she knew I had a whole bunch of reports and stuff I had to do. Yeah. But I hate leaving my team on the floor without me when I know they have a lot of work to do. So she came in and I was in the warehouse doing work with the guys, and she's like, "You get the fuck out of here. I'm here now. You go do your work." But this is my work. She goes, "No, you have the work I'm not allowed to do, so you go do it."
So you're I know what you mean, mate. It's dotting the when you work for big corporations make, like I'm with FedEx, the volume of paperwork, you spend half your time doing your actual job and being productive, and half your time dotting your T's and dotting your I's and crossing your T's.
Exactly. Like, it's the amount of time I spend on paperwork just drives me Looney Tunes.
And I mean, I understand it. It serves a purpose, but it's just a balance. We can't. I mean, you can't run an operation with a 50-50 balance. You need to be. What do you got there? Oh my God! Why?
Pink lemonade rattler.
Why do you do this to me? Is this a personal thing, Chad? I thought we were friends, mate. So what's your
is that 1 second? Is that Paul Ramali's Ale? Is that you, Paul? That was your last name, so I'm guessing. And if it is you, Paul, why the fuck aren't you in here chatting? Okay, continue.
No, I just wanted I wanted your thoughts on the ginger thingy.
I actually like the lemon ginger. Of the four that I had from this package, it would be my favorite of them all. Oh, you got I forgot about your backyard internet. You turn off their iPads for an hour. No, they'll kill you. Sorry, you've obviously changed. I know several of your channel names, but that one I didn't know.
That was a good name. I like the logo as well.
Yeah, he always has pretty good logos for everything he does.
Are you familiar with that logo, Sean? Do you know what it means?
No.
I can't read it. It's too small.
So, like, this one is probably my second favorite of the four Rattlers that came in this Rattler pack.
What are the four flavors?
There was like blue raspberry. What the fuck?
Oh, Jesus.
There was pink lemonade. There was the lemon ginger, and then there was the limeade.
Do you actually get any beer sense out of it, or is it more soft drink?
These ones actually have a good deal of beer in them because they're not quite as. First off, they're 4% alcohol instead of like the 2 that a lot of Rattlers are.
Yeah, and two is just a waste of time. It's not even worth it.
It's the emblem of Pennsylvania. There you go.
Ah, boom. There you go. Pennsylvania.
I still think you should try and see if you're able to chat with us and say hi. I haven't seen you in a while, but no pressure, sir. But yeah,
there's definitely pressure. There is pressure.
So things like the blue raspberry, it's why do like multinational, the brewery I go to all the time that's just down the street, they just emailed me a few days ago and they're like, we have a new blue raspberry sour you should come and get. And I'm like, no,
yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's all it is. It's finding. It's not finding the next gimmick, but finding some gimmick which hasn't been done yet. So it's finding the new gimmick. My wife works for Miller Coors, or Molson Beverages as it's now tragically known. They've even taken beer out of the title. And when the sort of the what do they call them? What are the famous? My mind just died. Drinks from Chicago that everybody drinks. They're vodka mixes, and it's got the wave on the front.
Is that the Rev?
What's wrong with my head? It'll come to me. But the ones the vodka mixes that blew up last 3 years, and all Molson Coors did for the next 2 years was throw every single fruit combination which you could possibly imagine, because they were just trying to get something different to make a niche. So they literally came out. She would bring home cases of their new whatevers, and there'd be like a guava, grape, berry, cherry, and you just go, "What do you like? Stop it!" Like they're just any little.
Yeah, you know, when they should have stopped at the clit. They had the clit, and they should have stayed with the clit. Which, for everybody that doesn't know, that was the very short-lived Coors Light iced tea. that nobody at Coors Light realized would start getting known as the Clit. And it was then that they stopped it.
I love that. I haven't heard that before. I'm gonna.
Well, I was still married to my last wife when that came out, so that was a while back. I remember I gave it to my grandmother and I recorded her drinking it. I'm like, "What do you think of that?" She goes, "It's really good." I go, "Oh, you like Clit, do you?" She's like, "What did you just say to me?"
That's gold. How can I not think? What's the big vodka fucking mixed drink? Jesus. Everybody, all the kids drink it.
There's White Claw.
White Claw. That's the one. Yeah.
Oh, is that them?
It's not Molson Coors, but when they basically came out and exploded, and all the big boys came in and went, "Holy shit!" So this is the next big. This is the new big thing, huh? And Molson Coors came out with, mate, I remember, honestly, there was a cherry and lime, which was just, mate, whoever said this, hey, try this, to the boss. But I know exactly how the discussion went. Somebody literally walked in and said, there's a cherry drink, there's a lime drink, there's no such thing as a cherry lime drink. How about we do a cherry lime drink? And the boss just went, niche, do it, without any, and that was their whole thing, was find a watermelon, guava, fucking.
One of the videos that me and my buddies did that has gotten the most people to come to it, and it's thanks to Family Guy, was a Michelob Ultra, and I believe it was the Michelob Ultra Dragon Fruit Peach and something else. And there was a Family Guy episode where they're like, "This is as stupid as when Michelob Ultra made this," and they named that exact beer, and then underneath that, like on the screen, it said, "It's a real beer, look it up." And then that would bring everybody to our channel because we were like the only ones that had reviewed it at the time.
That's awesome. So and what did you think of it?
Oh, it was fucking garbage.
Dragon fruit, fuck. That is I don't even know what dragon fruit tastes like.
That's the Radler Limeade next.
So okay. 3. Yeah. Can you ask your wife to return your balls, please? She's obviously hiding them from you.
No, she likes to use them too much to take them away.
And we both know that that's a lie.
Nope. Oh, excuse me. My ex-wife, maybe she wouldn't want them, you know.
Yeah, I empathize, mate. I'm a married man. I'm going to try and get you up on. No, that didn't help. Sorry, I'm just. So out of 10, give me a score for your ginger thing.
Ooh, that would probably have been an 8.
An 8?
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I'd drink that all the time. Of the Radlers I've had from this pack, I would buy a case of them.
Can you get? Do you have to get them mixed, or can you?
No, you can get them single. You can buy them in 4-packs and stuff like that. Like you can get them as just them. But it was just I couldn't get the other. Well, I didn't want to buy a 4-pack of each of the other ones, right?
Yeah, sure. What is a 4-pack? What does that run?
About 17.
Mate, that's
why I didn't want to buy a 4-pack of each of them when I could get a 12-pack with all of them for $26.99 on sale. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pay for the 12-pack.
Mate, so almost pushing what, $4.50 a can. What I mean, that's sort of pub prices. That's
and for Saskatchewan, that's actually low because your 4-packs can go anywhere from like for this size, you're looking at anywhere from like, and this is the small ones, the 350s, right? Or 344s, depending what country you're in.
Yeah.
But you're looking at anywhere from $10.99 to like $13.99 for those, depending on the brewery and all that. And then the big guys, like the 473s, you're looking at between $14.99 and $24.99, depending on who made them.
Mate, all it does is it pushes people towards hard liquor. Which is a tragedy. I mean, guys who want just 8 or 9 beers over a course of a night, just sip on a beer, just get it, okay, and get a little happy. All that does is you end up buying you're not going to spend. You don't want to spend $60 on a Friday night for 12 or 13 beers. So you're going to buy a bottle of whiskey and you can buy a 4-pack. I know down here, one of the big things, which I don't know if it's big in Canada, but I was introduced to when I worked behind a bar for 12 months, was people would have shots of whiskey and sit on a beer because they didn't want to drink, because beers were, $5-6 or whatever. So instead of, drinking 20 beers to get a little buzz, a little happy, whatever, you'd buy 4 or 5 beers and 4 or 5 shots. So you'd sit in a beer shot to sort of kick you in, and just and sit on a beer, and that's all. These massive surcharges on alcohol. All they're doing is driving people towards harder liquor.
Well, I mean, hard liquor isn't really cheap in Saskatchewan either. So,
but I mean, I guess if you were to look at, I mean, if you could buy. If you buy a 6-pack of beer for 20, and for 40 or 50 buy a bottle of vodka, that's probably going to last you. The bottle of vodka will last you several weeks, and every week you just buy a 4-pack of beer. And I mean, as opposed to buying a $60, a 2-4 of Bud Light for 60 or 60.
I'm looking, as we're talking, I'm just looking. So you know what I'm doing. I'm looking up a flyer from one of my local bottle shops.
No, I'm curious. Do you know if what's the difference in alcohol pricing across provinces? Does it vary much?
It does, and a lot of times too, it depends on the province of origin for your prices too, right? Like if I get a beer from Alberta, which is weird because Alberta is only a couple hours away. Sure. Like I could drive from here to Calgary in 7 hours. But if I'm going to have one of their beers sent to me, like not sent to me, but I'm going to buy it in a bottle shop here, and this is all changing thanks to Trump and his tariffs. So they are lowering like the boundaries. But if I was to buy a beer from say New Level, I have New Level beers in my fridge.
Right.
If I'm buying a New Level beer,
that's from brewer, or I haven't heard of them.
It's a brewery in Calgary.
Okay.
But if I'm buying one of their beers, it's going to be like $7.99 for the can. Thank you, honey. It's $7.99 for the can, but if I buy it in Alberta right from the brewer, it's going to be closer to like $4.50.
Right. Yeah, I've got I think I mentioned my brother lives in BC. I wish I recall the name, but beer there was actually surprisingly moderately priced compared to Ontario. I remember you could find a 2-4 for around $35, and it was your absolute base lager, terrible sort of shit. But in the middle of summer, and it was 4.8%, I think. A 2-4 for 35 for Canada, or at least compared to Ontario, was very reasonable.
Okay, so you are somewhat right on the push here. Like you can get like Lucky Bastard, which is made here.
Yeah.
You can get Lucky Bastard Dill Pickle Vodka, 750 milliliter bottle, for $21.
There you go. Why wouldn't you do that and grab a 4-pack?
And I mean, that's it on sale right now, but normally it's $28. And that's not a huge thing. Yeah. That's actually probably on par. Our beer is more expensive here than Ontario, but the liquor prices look like they're probably close to on par. Like you can get a 1.14 liter Bacardi White for $37.99.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's more money than buying it in the US, but for Canada prices, that's pretty on par. I mean, like it's one of the reasons I got so excited when I walked into the Co-op's liquor store and saw the 2-4s for $60. I'm like, I can't say no to that.
Sure. of what though?
It was the Great Western Light that I was drinking. I mean, you get it cold, you drink it. It's just beer, right?
Yeah.
It did what it needed to do. Where's the camera button? That one right there. Sorry, my wife brought me some food. And
You're right, mate. Well, whilst you do that, I'm going to duck outside for 5 minutes, have a quick smoke. So
alrighty.
You can amuse yourself.
Oh, I do that quite often.
I'll be back in a tick, mate.
I got some lemon chicken orzo, everybody. So orzo would be a pasta that kind of looks like a rice noodle, like a rice kernel. It's weird. Oh my God, this is good. So Brian said he was going to be joining us too, boys and squirrels. Let's see. So he should be here any moment as well. I am still here. If any of you want to chat, talk, comment, concerns, questions. Holy fuck, that's good. Holy fuck, internet world. No matter whether you're a guy or a girl, you're going to get married, marry somebody that knows how to cook. Actually, let's step that back. Marry somebody that knows how to cook and likes cooking. Because you can't get nearly as healthy as you can cooking from scratch. On top of that, you can save so much money cooking from scratch. It's just a time-consuming effort. Which is why I say pick somebody that likes to do it, because then it's not as bad when they put the time sink into it. Hi, Cat. What you doing?
So are you the chef in the house, mate, or is it the better half?
We both can cook, but holy shit, she can cook.
What does she like to cook?
Everything and anything, and she's learned how to do it all from scratch. Like
Nice.
She's even making her own pasta from scratch right now. She's learned how to
Really?
make crumpets.
Jesus.
Crumpets, English muffins, naan bread,
You
curries
just
of all types.
you just said the magic word to me, mate, which was crumpets.
Oh yeah,
So,
no, like we have. She'll make like huge batches of crumpets and freeze them, and she sent a bunch home to her dad, who is a Red Seal chef, and he's like, "These are better than what I've made." And
mate, in Australia, so crumpets are, I know they're English, but in Australia, they're a big thing. We have this brand called Golden Circle crumpets. Mate,
okay,
they're the best. And it's the best food ever or breakfast food ever, because obviously the idea of a crumpet is it's not perforated, but it has holes throughout it. So
yeah, the butter soaks through, or the
mate,
honey
it
soaks
soaks
through, or
through. And we all know that the key to making a great piece of toast is you get the butter on early so it melts through the bread.
yeah.
And a crumpet is bread 2.0. It's just, it facilitates things. Mate, crumpets, you get peanut butter, honey, it just soaks through. Honey crumpet, mate, is just unbeatable, because it's sort of honey bread. It's peanut butter bread. Yeah, mate, crumpets. Wow, I'd kill for a crumpet, mate. Crumpet also is the English word for a very attractive girl.
Is it?
She's a nice bit of crumpet.
What she made for dinner tonight is a lemon chicken orzo, and she even made the orzo by hand. And
she made the orzo.
Yeah, she bought a whole pasta making kit that comes with all the different cutters and all. And yeah, she's gone nutty,
mate. You need to hang on to this woman like for
well, she knows that I'm really big into Thai food and Vietnamese food and Indian food. She's learned how to make like 6 different types of curries. She's learned how to make Vietnamese spring, like she's learned how to do it all. And it's
so, mate, what you should,
we have 1 second.
Yep.
This is
You're right.
This is my like freezer of stuff for lunches, right? Like, she pre-makes shit for them. Fucking spicy as fuck samosas. She even made the dough.
Wow. Mate, you've got no idea how good you've got it, pal. I can tell you.
Well, I was just saying while you were gone, I'm like, man, whatever you do, when you get married, be it a man, a woman, whatever you're marrying, no matter what sex you are, make sure they know how to cook. And then I brought that back, and I'm like, let's step that back and say, make sure they know how to cook and they like to cook, because the amount of money you can save and the healthier it can be just by doing it yourself.
Mate, yeah, it's you should ask her to Google. So in Australia, we've got our own curry. What we've invented is it's called get her to Google Australian apricot chicken curry.
Okay.
So what we do, we've sort of got maybe a Thai coconut base, maybe a curry as a sort of the base, and you add some tinned apricots, and you get the heat, but it's sort of balanced by the sweetness of the apricots, which sort of helps cut through the heaviness of the coconut cream and the richness of the coconut cream. You get that sort of, it just sort of keeps the palate interested, rather than just being thick and heavy all the time. It breaks it up and adds just a little kind of tinge of sweetness to it. So I've introduced the wife here to the Aussie apricot chicken curry, and yeah, it's a staple, mate. It's worth trying.
She's looking it up right now. I said, hey, I need you to look up Australian apricot curry. I think you should try and make it. And she's like, okay. Go look it up. She's like, do you want me to make this? I'm like, yes, I do.
And she's like, now? But
so she's looking it up right now.
Mate, that's honestly seriously impressive. She makes it look. Orzos Orzo's a bit of an undiscovered treasure. I only discovered orzo maybe a couple of years ago, where I was Googling some good summer salad recipes, and you can make some really good cold orzo salads, which are really good, mate, on a summer's day. It just gives a salad some body, but it's not heavy like pasta, and it's not sort of glutinous like rice. Like that rice can be clammy.
Yep.
Like you'd never have a cold rice salad. That sounds terrible. Hey, Brian.
Hello. How's it going for you?
And then there were three.
Yeah.
How's your Saturday, mate?
Sorry?
How is your Saturday?
Oh, it's all right. I took a nap earlier, so I'll stay awake.
Good man. What's all right? You can nap on show. We can talk.
Oh, I don't mind.
He doesn't mind, no.
So we're on a global food tour, Brian.
Nice.
We've covered Greek orzo. Chad's wife actually makes their own orzo, which is pretty crazy. And we covered Australian apricot chicken curry. So this has gone from Chad's beer review channel to the wonderful world of what does your wife make?
Well, I was eating those samosas one day at work.
Oh.
And I have a lot of Indian nationals that work with us. And one of them's like, "Ooh, where did you get those samosas from?" I go, "My wife made them." He goes, "Oh, what brand of stuff did she buy?" I go, "None." He goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "She made it." He goes, "She made the stuffing in. She made just the stuffing, right?" I go, "No, she made it all." He goes, "She made the dough." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I need to try one of these." I go, "Here you go." He tried one. He goes, "That's really good."
Mate, homemade, one of the tragedies, or actually one of the good things about living in Milwaukee is the food is so terrible, mate. Everything's garbage because we don't have any sort of strong local ethnic populations. Like there's no Chinese population in Milwaukee. There's no Japanese. So the sushi's garbage. The Chinese food is American Chinese, which is horrendous.
Well, some Chinese scares me, I'll be honest.
Oh, mate, one of the things which you should do is Google some YouTube videos on Szechuan restaurants in Szechuan, and you walk in, you sit at a table, low table, surrounded, and in the middle is a cooking element. They'll put a huge wok, put some oil in, and then they'll just dump chili after chili after chili. Then they'll fill it up with oil, and these chilies cook in this oil, and you're given a bunch of proteins, whatever you want, shrimp, chicken, pork, steak, and you basically sit there and you put your protein in, and then with a ladle, scoop it out, and it cooks in this pure chili oil. And it apparently it's level 15 hot, but apparently the flavors are they're just off the charts.
No, that's not the type of stuff I'm talking about, man. I'm scared of like some of the tendon stews and the swallow's nest and
swallow's nest. Can you explain for our viewers what
you
that is?
Actually eat a bird's nest?
Are you? It's not a metaphor. No. You actually eat an actual.
Yeah, they stew a bird's nest. Basically, it's a delicacy. Like it's one of the places I used to work, which is where I worked with Brian. I worked in the room that was specific for a lot of our Asian clientele, and a lot of times they'd trade their food for like milkshakes and stuff. And some of the stuff was very scary. I'd still try it, but it was very scary.
Have you heard of the? I'm going to screw this up, but in Japan, they do things with certain eggs, and they'll bury them, and the egg gets either fermented and they'll dig it up after. I'm not sure the time frame, but 3 months, 6 months, a long time, and that's considered a high. But they're
Oh yeah,
apparently
the Inuit do that with walrus meat. They wrap it in burlap, they bury it, and then they come back and unbury it a few months later.
isn't walrus meat? Wouldn't that just be pure fat, like whale sort of?
It's pretty fatty, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I heard a fun fact about about bear meat way up north in certain areas. So, that actually looks that looks respectable, Chad.
Guess I
That's
should get. I guess I should get a beer.
This is Blackbridge from Swift Current, Saskatchewan. It's their Lickenhainer, and a Lickenhainer is a smoked sour wheat beer.
A smoked sour. Wow.
Yep.
Where are they from? Are they Saskatchewan?
Well, these guys are Saskatchewan, but a Lickenhainer originally comes from Germany.
Yeah. Is that southern or northern or?
This would be right along the border with Alberta. So, like, if I was to drive west out of Regina,
Sorry,
I was driving west for like.
I was referring to where is Lickenheimer in Germany?
I'm not sure. I've never actually looked it up, to be honest. This is like my only third Lickenhainer.
How do you spell it? Can you spell it for me, mate?
Lichtenainer.
Yeah. Sour and smoky. Wow. Lactic sourness from lactobacillus and a smoky character derived from smoked malts, typically beechwood smoked.
Yes, and this one is beechwood smoked.
But just to round off what I was my point about the interesting thing about bears in either northern Alaska or is their predominant food source
Lock Street.
Well, you guys are outdoing me. But the bears' predominant food source is blueberries. So so they'll gorge themselves on blueberries for a certain season, spring or whatever. So when you kill a bear in these areas, the meat actually has a blue tinge to it, and actually has a blueberry sweetness to it. And apparently, it's one of the most highly desired sort of delicacies in northern parts, which I thought was quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you get a blueberry-esque thing in the Arctic. You get a blueberry-esque thing. You get skyberries, which are basically like yellow raspberries. And there's one other berry that grows up there, and I can't remember the name of it.
Dingle.
They grow everywhere.
That's gold.
It's not a place in the world that doesn't have dingleberries.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm growing some right now. I've actually got Chad in my backyard, which I was a couple of years ago, and it's going to this huge bush, and I've got about 4 or 5. I'll rustle it up if you need me to. Things of these berries which are in my freezer. I want to apparently either make what you do is you either make a pie or a jam or a jelly. It's a lingonberry bush. Have you heard of lingonberries?
Yes.
So yeah, it's a native to Scandinavia. They're a small little red berry, and they're not sweet. They're actually quite tart. Which I'm not. I don't have a sweet tooth. I've got more of a savory palate. So the lingonberries. I mean, you can add as much sugar as you want when you make your jelly or your pie or whatever. But yeah, they're a great mate, and you'd be able to. And as I said, I bought like a 30 centimeter high little bush about 3 years ago, and it's now about 6 feet high. And it's worthwhile if you've got some space in the backyard. Highly recommend getting yourself a lingonberry bush. You make pies and jams and spreads and everything if you're so inclined.
Another berry that you don't hear a lot of that's actually really good, and it's it's in a lot of beers in the Niagara region, is Loganberries.
Really, I'm unfamiliar.
And another one that is out there here where I am is the Saskatoon berry.
Oh, so Logan berries, they look a lot like they've got the shape of a blackberry, but they're red like a raspberry.
Yeah.
Interesting. And what was the other one you said, mate?
Saskatoon berry.
Oh. Hello. Saskatoon berry. The other one, I don't know. Have you ever tried this? Apparently, they grow very northern. Are cloudberries.
Yes, that's the other one that grows up in the Arctic.
Have you ever tried them?
Yes, and I can't remember the name they give them. I think it's Arctic is the name they call it up there.
What describe their characteristics? Are they sweet? Are they tart? Are they?
I've had them both, so I don't know what is normally what they're supposed to be.
Right.
But yeah, I've had both, and I think that they're almost a more neutral berry, where it's more the tannic sweetness. The tannic tartness.
Okay, interesting.
But yes, that is one of the berries that grows up there very commonly, and because there's not a lot of stuff that can grow up there. There, yeah, our pick right there it's saying the names that it can be given. A bake appleberry, a knotberry, newtberry, arpic, or low bush salmonberry.
All right, Chad, I've got a it's quiz time for you, buddy. So Saskatoon berries, and Brian, this is for you as well.
Right.
Also have two other names, what they're commonly known as. What are the two other names that Saskatoon berries are known as?
I only ever heard of them as Saskatoon berries. Anywhere in Canada, actually, I've heard of Saskatoon berries because there's Saskatoon berry jam, Saskatoon berry pie.
All right, Brian, have you got? Can you help us
No.
out?
Well, I could cheat by looking it up, but
So Saskatoon berries are also known as the first ones. You're gonna love the second answer. I've got to Google where this comes from, but Saskatoon berries are also known as June berries, or here's the fun one: Western service berries.
It's because Saskatoon is the western area of Canada.
Western service berry. Who came up with that? That is
someone who's very woke, doesn't offend anybody.
Western
It offends the service industry.
Yeah, that takes the cake for me. Western service berry. I can never call it a Saskatoon berry from now on. To me, it's always going to be a Western service berry.
That's awesome.
You wanted a Brazil nut? Well, here in Brazil, we just call them nuts.
Yeah, what do they call port in Portugal? Wine. We call it wine. So, Chad, the beer you're drinking comes from Liechtenstein, which is just near it's basically central Germany.
Okay.
It's sort of right smack in the middle. It's sort of
to be honest, if I was to buy one of the German sour wheat beers, I'd probably more lean towards a Berliner Weiss or a Goza more than this guy. But this is a tasty beer regardless.
You brought up an interesting. Can you describe the characteristics of a Goza? Because I've tried one and I thought it was horrendous. And maybe I was expecting something different, or I didn't know what to expect.
It's going to be a slightly, and I say slightly because it shouldn't be. That's a Berliner Weiss is always more sour than a Goza to me personally, because a Berliner Weiss is made to have Woodruff syrup added to it. Normally, doesn't always happen, but normally that's the plan. But like a Goza would be a slightly, I guess, more slightly tart bready beer, but with sea salt back sweet instead of back sweetened, it's salted to make you want to drink more of them.
Yeah.
So it really
and
depends on if somebody was too fucking wasn't gun shy enough, let's say, on the salting, they can be really bad.
Yeah, I guess it was that sort of dynamic of the salt and the sweet, which sort of threw me. I was expecting when I hit the sweet, that's what I expected, and then I guess the salt was sort of a bit of a jar. It was like, oh, okay, this is taking a massive left turn. But yeah, do you warm to them? Do you like them?
I do. I've liked a lot of the ones I've had. There are some that I've hated. There are some that I just haven't liked. But then at the same time, like I said, I've only had 2, maybe 3 of this style. So
yeah. Yeah, no, you're right, mate. As it says, it's a unique style that blends elements of sour beers like Gose and Berliner Weiss with the smokiness of rack beer. Do you know what rack beer? Rauch. Have you heard of that?
No.
Yeah, the roast beer, the smoked beer.
Yeah, have you had one of them before?
I've had about 12 of them now. I've only had about 4 that were right from Germany.
Right.
And the 4 I've had from Germany were a lot more smoky, bacony than the ones I've had that were made in Canada and the US.
Yeah, it's a style of beer characterized by its smoky flavor achieved by using malted barley dried over an open flame. It's a lager, often a Marzen, with a medium strength. The smoky character can range from subtle to bold, with a balance of toastiness and sweetness. Wow, you learn something new every day, huh? It's popular in the Franconia region of Germany, especially in Bamberg.
Yeah, no, a lot of German-style beers are really quite good. You just don't get enough of them.
No,
and not a lot of people make them, other than like Pilsners and your Hefeweizens and stuff like that. You don't see a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, I agree. I had a very good Vienna lager, which when I went to Vienna, went in Rome and tried a bunch of different Vienna lagers, and a lot of the ones over here, or at least in North America, are the imitations of it's too much. They go over the top. They're either very sweet or they're very very roasted, or they're very very caramelly.
I find a lot of craft brewers here also do like overly hopped, like they do with a lot of other styles.
Yeah, it's like they can't just try and make a good version of that style. It's like they have to, do an upped version, which is quite sad. Whereas, because imitation is the finest form of flattery. But in Vienna, when you drink actual proper Viennese lagers, they're very drinkable because the flavors are not there, but they're more subtle. Which makes them more enjoyable because they're not sort of punch in your face flavors. Whereas North American brewers think that you've got to get somebody
in the face.
Yeah, you've got to get somebody on the first sip, otherwise they're going to walk away. Whereas you have 1 or 2 here of the versions here in the States, and that's all you can have because
I'll say this, right? Like, this is the second can of this I've had because I reviewed one out by the fire a few nights ago. Haven't posted the video yet, but I reviewed one out by the fire, and this beer is actually growing on me. This second can I liked a lot more than the first one.
Which is how it should be. Which is the antithesis of the American model. It's get them in first and just hope they stick around. Which is
unfortunately, I'm not going to have all 4 of them because I got to send one to Brian,
and you got to send one to me as well. So that makes 2.
It is already in the crisper, the Brian Beer Mail crisper.
In the crispy, is a crisper different from a cooler?
The crisper would be like the. Oh, it was fucking good, and I'm going to have more. We've been talking about your cooking skills. And also the fact that you have to make some Australian apricot chicken curry.
We'll see if I can find a recipe.
Okay. What was it? A crisper is like the bottom drawers of the fridge where you would put your fruits and vegetables.
Ah, right. Okay. I gotcha. One of the here's a fun fact, gents. If you ever go to Australia,
Go ahead. Sorry.
if you ever go to Australia, nobody knows what a cooler is, so don't use the word cooler. In Australia, the word for cooler is esky, and the reason it's called an esky is because the biggest producer of coolers. Oh, what have we got here? Oatmeal Stout.
Copperhead Brewing Company Oatmeal Stout. This is the brewing company that my buddy Chris, who is in our group chat there, Brian, he was the brewmaster at, and it was back when it was Regina Brewing Company. And it was the company where they had posted and came and talked to me about a brewmaster job with them. And I sent him a message. I'm like, just so you know, they're looking for a brewmaster. He said, no, they're just looking for help for the grand opening of the new brewery now that they've bought it and are renaming it. I have no idea if he still works for them or not. But I know they've also now hired another brewer. It's not a brewery that's big enough that it would need 3 brewers. So I don't know. But I also know that all their beers are named the same as when he was there because he made all their recipes. But I don't know what she was just yelling. Anyway, so I know that the ABV is different on this than on it when it was Regina Brewing Company.
What is the ABV, Chad?
5.6.
Nice. What's you there, Chadrick?
Yeah, he's just talking to his wife.
All right, Brian. Should ABVs for stouts be generally higher? Like, is that a rule?
I really don't know too much about beer. I'm just
Okay,
kind
sorry,
of like
I'm
the
back.
peanut gallery.
She was yelling at my son, so I was just conversing about what it was about.
That's all good.
So Chad, the question is, what is a good ABV? It's a 2-part question. What is a good ABV for a stout, and are they generally high?
Okay, what kind of stout are we talking? Irish stout, oatmeal stout?
What are you going to both?
Irish stouts, personally, I think an Irish stout's ABV, a good one, is below 5. Because
5.
An Irish stout should be just like the Irish want, something that you can drink a whole bunch of.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be as heavy. It should just be a more sessionable beer, just like an Irish red, that type of stuff. It should be a lower ABV beer.
But wouldn't you expect with the higher or the thicker the body, you'd need a high ABV to sort of cut through that thicker body?
Well, take Guinness, right? Even if you're looking at the unnitrogen Guinness, you're still looking at under 5% for most of them, other than like the foreign extra stout.
Yeah.
It's just the Irish made a more sessionable beer than a lot of other people when it came to stouts. Now, a oatmeal stout, it's basically just a stout with oatmeal, right? It's just made to be a thicker mouthfeel. I like mine to be somewhere between 5.2 and 5.7.
Yeah, righto. Why do you think that stouts took off in Ireland specifically? Was there a reason for that, or?
Because they actually, at the time, because we were talking before pasteurization and everything else, they actually had some nutritional value. They had iron. They had things that would help you survive.
Yeah,
I think at least is why they blew up. And for a while, before we realized what alcohol could do to babies and stuff, they were prescribed by doctors to pregnant ladies, like drink a stout.
Yeah,
Like,
sure. Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, it's just, I mean, out of the UK, oh my God, Laker Red. Oh my God.
Yep.
oh no, what have you done to yourself?
Ryan, have you been bad in a previous life or something? Is this
Yeah. I was just filling up an 8-pack. I'm like, yeah, I'll throw that on there.
what does an 8-pack of Laker Red cost?
Oh, I had a mixed pack of stuff. So
What
I
was the
think it
single
was.
Rickard's Red? Laker Red, sorry.
Sorry?
What was the single can of Laker Red? What are you doing,
I
Jack?
don't even remember. I think it costs, I think it's about $22 to $25 for the 8 beers, roughly.
I hate you so much.
Might have pushed out more because actually there was some innocent gun on the shelf, so I actually grabbed some cans of that.
I still hate you.
Are they what's the can size? Are they 473 or
Yeah, 473.
right?
I don't know if we've ever actually had Laker Red. I don't think so.
Well, we'll give us a rundown. This is we're meant to be talking about beers here.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah. Well, Chad, just so you know, I'm watching your stream on my computer, and it just went into a commercial.
You might have just made me a penny.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not going to hit skip. Should I hit the sponsored link so you?
No, what you want to do is there's a big thumbs down button, and you want to click on that one.
I'm not allowed to answer that question, Brian.
Okay.
An answer to that question could get me in trouble. So by the next week, this room that I'm in here might all be burnt wood.
Nice.
Okay.
My wife let me do my little studio in burnt wood too.
Oh, you're
That's
going to
good.
redo the walls.
Yeah.
Nice, mate. Have you did you burn the wood yourself or?
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'm already starting here. 1 second. Let's move that over here. That's coming up the corner already. And
Oh wow, mate.
we've gotten all out on the other side of the bathroom.
Second ad now.
And you actually did that.
Yeah.
Good for you, mate. That's outstanding. That looks good. I love the contrast, that beautiful rich yellow with the contrast.
Yeah, and I haven't even done the clear coat on it or anything yet, like the sealant. I've just put it up, and then I'll come back and do the clear coat later.
Yeah, you know the idea is you're meant to burn the wood outside and then bring
I
it in.
burn the wood outside.
You're not meant to panel it and then light it on fire and see what happens.
I do it outside. I do. I have about, and I was doing the math, right? Because I was buying 1x4s at first, and 1x4s were like $4 a 1x4. And it's a 1x4 by 8. And then I started doing the math, and I'm like, why don't I buy fence posts? Because fence boards are 1x6x6. Yeah, it's 2 feet shorter, but in the end, I actually get more board foot length for cheaper because they're like $3.50 a fence picket. So I started buying fence pickets instead.
How many fence pickets do you think you're going to need to outfit the?
To do that one wall outside the bathroom, I used about 5. I'm going to build a door for the bathroom, like a barn door out of them too. So that's going to be another like 3. So I'm guessing like 10 more than what I already have.
Is that all? So you're looking at just what, $30? You're looking at 35.
Well, no, I bought 14 so far for the other parts of the project that I'm doing. Right. So I'm looking at probably like 150, which is still cheaper than taking all the plaster down and putting up drywall.
Mate, I was going to say still like 150. That's nothing, mate. To do a whole area, a whole space.
Yeah. Then we're talking about, because it has the popcorn plaster ceiling upstairs,
Oh, I
and we're
hate
contemplating doing like tongue and groove pine.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd just if I'd burn it or if I would just do pine and clear coat it to give it that rich yellow. But I think that's what we're going to do because it's cheaper, faster, and easier to just put the wood up than to try and take it all down and do new drywall.
Yeah. No, I don't know who fucking invented like popcorn ceilings, but they are just god awful. I don't know who looked at that and went, yep, that's a great idea. No.
Well, it's just like we have hardwood floors upstairs, right? And they've not been redone in about 20 years.
Right.
So I have to sand them down. I don't want to rent a floor sander because though it's faster, like 1 second and you fucked your floor up.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think I might do it with a hand sander, like a palm sander, or maybe a underpowered belt sander.
Yeah.
But I'm contemplating. I'm thinking I'm just instead of staining it, I'm thinking I'm just going to use like the new aluminum oxide clear coats on top, like the polyurethane top coats. I don't think I'm going to stain it a color. I think I want to bring out the natural wood because it's the old hardwood you don't see very often anymore. It's like the 1-inch pieces.
Yeah.
And I think I just want to bring out the natural beauty of that.
Do it, mate. Do it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you don't want
to. Because this was a rental before we bought it, they had stained it like this deep, deep, deep dark color, and it looks awful.
Yeah.
And then like even the breakfast nook that's upstairs, they had like shellacked this like deep red color, and I fucking sanded it all down back to the bare wood, and then I clear coated it with like 6 coats of clear coat, so it's super shiny.
Yeah,
and it just looks so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, mate. I mean, wood has its own natural patina. I mean, you're really going to struggle to improve on it. You're much better for just focusing on enhancing the wood's natural character rather than trying to fuck with it and put a universal color on it or something like that, which it looks fake. It looks artificial. And B, you're doing a whole lot of work, which you don't need to for a lesser result. Just enhance. You've got the character there. Just work on bringing that out. Don't try and change it.
Yeah, like this, and I think that like when you buy the 1x4s, you're buying SPF, so you don't know if you're getting spruce, pine, or fir.
Right.
And each one of the woods has a different characteristic. So the one thing I really like about buying the untreated fence posts is fence pickets is I'm buying actual spruce, and I think spruce burns out nicer. Like this here is a clear coated one, but like this is SPF.
And that's beautiful, mate.
It does look really nice, but I think the grains on the actual spruce look better than this. I can remember when I did this. I'm pretty sure this. Yeah, that's fir.
You can tell the difference by its smell.
Unfortunately, I got that good when I was woodworking with my buddy Lee.
Wow. Mate, you've done well on burning it as well. You haven't overburn it, which is so easy to do whenever you try and char wood. You get a very patchy, real black. Whereas you used to.
Yeah, I've experimented with that too, right? Because I've seen some guys make tables out of wood that they've really badly burnt.
Yeah.
And they epoxy it so that you can see all the levels. And I've tried it. Like I have a piece of plywood out in the other room that I had out in the garage, and I was burning the fuck out of it. And I'm like, and then I did the epoxy level over top of it, and I'm like, actually seeing this up close, I don't like this. I don't know why this was something I ever even. But I saw it online, and I'm like, that could be cool. Let's try it. And then I did it, and I'm like, yeah, no, not for me.
Good, mate. All right. My beer broke, so I've got to go get another one.
Oh.
Yeah, that looks really good, Chad. You should be happy with that, mate.
Yeah, that does look good.
These are just offcuts that I have sitting around that I try to find the perfect spot they'll fit so that I can use them as a guide, but I never have a spot that will work. Because that's what I'll always do. I'll get the one piece cut right, and then I'll go ahead and I'll use that as my guide for every other piece I'm cutting.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to do it vertically? I'm assuming.
I'm going. It's going to change twice, right? So I'm going horizontally up the side of the cupboard, like they
Okay.
already are. Like
Yep.
you can see it there. So all the way up to the side of the cupboard, and then I'm going to do vertically all the way to at least the bottom of the cupboards. And then I think
Okay.
I'm going to go horizontally again because I went vertically out there and it looks really cool, but I went horizontally in front of the bathroom and I think it actually looks a lot sharper. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I got to be careful because my wife's in the shower.
Wow.
So
Well, didn't you have that in the video?
yeah, like I think it looks a lot sharper as the horizontal.
Yeah.
But then before I do it, I'll test it, right? Like I'll come with a piece of wood and I'll hold it vertically, I'll hold it horizontally and see which way I think looks better on because this will be a long run. So a long run of horizontal might not look as good as the shorter runs because that wall's only like 25 inches.
All right, Chad, I've got a couple of things to show you, mate.
Okay.
So I found a mix pack of Warsteiner for $40, which had three. It was only an 18 pack, I think. And it had 3 beers in it. I've only got 2 left. But the first one I'll show you, which is very respectable.
I think I've only had one Warsteiner.
Is the Warsteiner Dunkel. But the premier one, mate, was this one here, which was Chad, which was this one here.
What is that? Oh, gold?
Yeah. So it's their premier lager. They only make they make their standard lager and every year they'll get a certain percentage of the batch, which is exceptional, and they'll bottle it as the Brewer's Gold. So Google Warsteiner Brewer's Gold. And mate, I've actually kept this can and it goes on the beer shelf because this is one of the best lagers, and I'm a lager snob. Warsteiner Brewer's Gold. It comes in at 5.2%, which for a straight lager, that's about as much as you want. But
I've only ever had their regular Pilsner and their Dunkel.
Yeah, well, I've got a Dunkel here, which is very respectable. But the put it on the list, Chad, of the bucket list, Warsteiner Brewer's Gold, because I've got about 35 cans on the beer shelf, which I've kept of outstanding beers, and that one, I think it's my only sort of macro beer I've got up there.
Oh, they have like 7 different types of Radlers.
You and your Radlers.
Are they all active though?
Yes, they have a sunrise orange. They have a grapefruit. They have a lemon. They have all 3 of those again as alcohol free, which is just juice. Let's be honest. You're fucking serving juice at that point.
Exactly.
If it makes the sale, though.
True. I mean, Brewer's Gold, 44,805 reviews. Let's see. Of everybody that's given it a rating on Untapped, it's sitting at 3.2 out of 5 overall. I have 2 people that I know that have drank it, and it is a 3 out of 5 overall from them.
Wow. Well, that's surprising because I was.
Let me just look at what's going on here. So one of the guys gave it a 2.25.
What?
And the other guy gave it a 4.25.
Yeah, that's much better. It's definitely the fours, mate, trust me.
The guy that gave it the 2.25, is he reliable at his reviews though?
Let me go look at this guy for a second, just to remind myself.
Taste is a subjective thing, but
yeah.
I mean, giving it 2 out of 5 for one of the largest breweries, best lager. Come on.
He lives in Germany, so he might be having a lot of lagers and stuff that he might.
Okay. So he might be actually more legitimate then.
And then the other one, the one that really loved it, is in the States.
Yeah.
So I guess, and he's not in Milwaukee, like in Wisconsin. He is. He's in the southern states, so it must be available around the U.S.
Yeah, as I said, I got it in. I got it was a mix pack. It had their Dunkel, their standard Pilsner, and this thing called Brewer's Gold. And I went, "What is that?"
So my question to the guy that gave it a 2.25, not to interrupt you.
Yeah, please.
My curiosity is, he first checked it in March of 2021. He's had it 7 times from then until now, the latest being January of 2025 at the Warsteiner Lounge. So why do you keep drinking it if you think it's under a halfway point?
I mean, I would give something a second chance and possibly a third, but there's no way I'm going back 7 times to something I think is a 2 out of 5. Like 2 out of 5. What is it? That's 10, 20 times 2. That he's ranking it 40% out of 100. So he's ranking the beer literally as a failure, and he goes back 7 times. Like, to me, that there's something there that doesn't add up. I mean, would you go back to a beer which you ranked as a failure 7 times? You might give it a second chance.
He could be not liking it, and that's his buddies buying him a beer. Being like, yeah, I'll buy you a beer. I'll buy you something you don't like.
But I mean, wouldn't you go to you wouldn't go to the Warsteiner fucking brewery 7 times, would you?
Who knows?
Chad,
some people are.
Your mic's off, mate. Your mic's off.
Yeah, Chad's talking to his client.
Oh, talking to the wife. Okay, I thought he was talking to.
No, I thought I unmuted myself and I was talking to you.
You gotta do that again, buddy.
No, yeah. No, so I was going to say, like, I drink a lot. I'm Irish. I drink a lot.
Same.
And if I'm going to go back to a beer and give it a second chance, I'll give it a second chance maybe. But if I don't like it past 50% after the second chance,
exactly,
I'm not going back to it. And my rating system is always like, if it's between a 5 and a 6.75, I'll drink it, but I'm not going to pay for it. So that's if my buddy buys it for me.
Yeah.
You can twist my. Yes, go away. Go read your smut. Okay.
And Chad, and to back up your point, mate, it's not like there are 10 beers out there in the fucking world. Do you know what I mean? There are tens of that. Like, we will never get to try every single beer. So going back to on a beer you hate 7 times it's put it this way: would you eat a meal which you hated 7 times in a row? No.
There's a reason I didn't eat my ex-wife that many times.
Chad with the win. I think we just and we're going to wind up the show now, people, because we're going to finish on.
I mean, my current wife is nightly. That one,
but you wouldn't eat a fucking shit meal 7 times. Where's this guy would eat a shit? Schwartz made the
Schwartz Light.
Chad.
Sounds like Coors Light.
Where's that from?
It's the Jewish version.
This is from Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. This is from Silversmith Brewing Company in Niagara-on-the-Lake, who made possibly the best black lager in all of Canada, and this is their light version of it. And at 3.5% alcohol, I dare say this is probably just a second runnings.
Now, what do you mean by second runnings?
That would be using the exact same pile of wort and adding water to it again.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys can drink anything below sort of 3.8. Because, Chad, you were saying earlier, like, fruit juice is just fruit juice. Anything below 3.8, it's just water.
Well, we call that American beer.
But some of your lights in Canada are like 2.5, shit like that. I mean, that's just water.
So, Brian, you still are in Niagara. Do they still brew in Niagara-on-the-Lake?
That I'm not sure. I would assume so.
This beer is made at the old Black Oak facility in Etobicoke.
I can see what I can find out.
So, Chad, when are you saying? Because I've just gone to their website. Are you talking about when you said the best dark ale you've ever had was the Black Lager?
Their black lager was probably Canada's best black lager I've ever had.
Wow, interesting. Yeah,
But that is, I preface that with that was the original, made by the original brewmaster. The recipe has changed a few times since then.
right. They do a. They do 3 for 5, 6, 7. They do 10 beers at Silversmith. They've got a black lager,
And actually,
Yep.
continue. Sorry.
No, please, sir, please.
I was going to say some of the beers you name aren't going to actually be Silversmith beers. They're going to be Black Oak beers now that Black Oak has been bought by them.
Interesting. All right, I want you to jump in and tell me whenever I say
Okay.
beer, which is
So the black lager is Silversmith.
It is Silversmith. Okay, they've got a nut ale, a nut brown.
That is a Black Oak beer.
Interesting. They've got a Hell's Lager,
That is Silversmith.
a pale ale,
That is Black Oak.
20 hazy years.
That is Black Oak, because Black Oak had 10 bitter years, 20 hazy years, and they did Epiphanies for 15.
Whereabouts is Black Oak?
That they're where this one is currently made. Etobicoke is where they were.
Oh,
Just outside of Toronto.
I lived and still own a unit in Etobicoke.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to Google Brian, Google 4196 Dundas Street West, and that was my. You'll see a 6-story brick.
So
building.
currently we have 3 Black Oak beers to 2 Silversmith beers.
So I'm not going to butcher the pronunciation, Chad. Correct me. A Motika Pils.
Okay, so that is a 1 hop Pilsner. I don't know if that was anyone's Pilsner or not, or if it's. I don't know about that one. That one might be a new beer.
Tropical Situation, Chad.
That is a Black Oak beer.
Wow. What is it? I can't even.
That was a. I can't remember if that one was a pale ale or a saison.
Ah, interesting. Lucky 13.
I've never heard of that one, so it might be a
Okay.
new beer. So Silversmith probably.
The Green Hit.
That's another one I don't know.
And last,
But I'm sure least is Hot Water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they don't do 10 bitter years anymore. I know when they first took over Black Oak, they were doing 10 bitter years.
gotcha. And what is that?
10 bitter years was it was one of the first IPAs in Canada that had Nelson Sauvin in it. And it was fucking awesome.
Interesting. Can you explain to us peasants what exactly what you just said?
It's a hop variant that was exclusive to New Zealand for about 10 years.
What
But
is
somehow-
it native to New Zealand or is it just exclusive?
I don't know if it was native to them or it was exclusive to them, that they were the only ones that there was a homebrew shop that sold it, and they were the only ones that had the rights to sell it. Yet somehow Ken got his hands on it and got his hands on a lot of it, to the point that he was sending his brewers to the dollar store to buy leotards to put them in, because they were such a haze creating hop when
Wow.
they were first coming out, that they were clogging up his pipes. So they had to find something to steep it in.
Sure.
And it was the first beer in Canada that had it. And for a long time, it was the only beer in Canada that had it, because the Hop Exchange was the name of the New Zealand thing. And they weren't technically allowed to sell it, but they were selling it to him somehow.
And what was the hop called again?
Nelson Sauvin.
Nelson what?
Sauvin.
Sauvin.
Like
S-A-U-V-I-N.
Sauvignon Blanc and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah. Nelson Sauvin. Yeah, just wow. So the description is it imparts a grape grape-like flavor to beers. Defined as a cool climate white wine grape flavor. Wow. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it was an amazing IPA, and I'm not an IPA guy, and I loved that beer.
Wow. Other descriptors described it as fresh, crushed gooseberries, which would be informative if I knew what a gooseberry tastes like. Have you guys ever had a gooseberry?
Yes. Could I tell you what it tasted like? No, because I was nice and drunk when it was handed to me.
Brian?
No, I keep it pretty basic.
I can tell you it was chewier than I expected it to be, but I can't tell you what it tasted like.
Interesting. That's interesting descriptor. Gooseberry, European. Here we go.
Multi Musk says a gooseberry is lemony limey to him.
Oh, it looks like a lemony lime. It is lemony lime colored. So that would make very logical sense. It's gooseberry is a corruption of the Dutch word kruisberries, allied with the German Krausbier. Interesting. European. Staggering bush, blah, blah, blah. It is native to Europe, the Caucasus, which is southern Russia, and northern Africa. Its exact native distribution is unclear, since it may have escaped from cultivation and become naturalized. In Britain, it's considered native, so it could be British or it could be from anywhere. That's great. That's a whole lot of information which doesn't help anybody.
Yeah, I couldn't. That's one that I can't tell you. I know I was drinking heavily with some people in the north when it was handed to me.
And Chad, here's a fun fact, Brian.
Yeah.
So in the 18th century, a gooseberry bush was slang for a woman's pubic hair.
Yeah. Awesome. Make you attracted to it, eh?
She had a very well trimmed gooseberry bush. her gooseberry bush was raging out of control. She needs to to trim her gooseberry bush.
I'm probably gonna have to shove my face in a gooseberry bush tonight.
I hope it's lemony lime flavored there, Chad.
I don't know if I'd want that to be sour. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want any lacto whatever the fuck out of that. Yeah, lactobacillus. Yeah, there you go. Wow, we're learning things, gentlemen.
What does everybody want? Head.
What does everybody need?
Head. How about the news of Mr. Hogan this week there, Brian?
Yeah. Not a surprise, because I've been hearing what Bubba the Love Sponge was talking about in the previous week or two. So I had said to a couple people, like, well, since we lost Ozzy Osbourne and Theo
Chuck
from the Crosby family, I was kind of like, oh, number 3. I'm like, watch it be Hulk Hogan. I'm like, what? I'm like, he's not doing well.
Well, number 4 was Chuck Mangione. He was announced like right after Hogan.
Yeah. Now there is a video online that I saw that I have saved that someone was outside Hogan's house when he was pulled out and he's on the stretcher. You can see him getting the chest compressions.
I mean, it's got to be an absolute shocking surprise that injecting your
There is none for you there, Multi.
Injecting your body with fucking steroids for 50 years and every other performance enhancing drugs And when you get to your 70s, your body just calls it quits. I mean, is anybody really shocked? I mean, if you see video, I've seen photos of him like from 12 months ago, and he's still got massive muscles. I mean, mate, you got to get off the juice, but he didn't. And
I think my favorite Hogan thing though is all the wrestlers that used to just like shoot on him are all like, "Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. He was such a good guy. He was such a great worker." I'm like a year ago, you were talking about how horrible he was.
Well, I've got a fun bit of wrestling trivia. Our native wrestler, Andre the Giant, apparently he had a restaurant in Montreal, which was his love, life, and passion. And he used to sit there every day after he retired and sit in the back of the restaurant. People used to come in, kids would come up, he'd play with kids. So, and apparently he was just the nicest man ever. But yes, so Andre the Giant had a restaurant in Montreal, which was his true life's passion. So there you go for some fun facts.
He was jacked at 71.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous.
Oh, should I have one more beer? I have 10 to 15 minutes left before my wife demands me outside.
What kind of beer you got left?
Oh, I have lots of beers left. I mean,
Oh, what are you contemplating drinking?
I have some Radlers. I have.
Rattler's a lady beers, Chad.
I
Can
still
you
have
not-
That's
Radlers.
why he has them.
If you need me to kick your ass, Brian.
You love me.
Chad, do you know the genesis of the word rattler?
Yes, the fact that it was made for cyclists.
Correct. Yes. The story goes that there was a pub in the southern German Alps. There was a bike race, and he ran out of beer, or he was getting low on his beer stock, and he knew he wouldn't last a day. So he added in fruit juice to increase the volume of beer. And that was where, and he called it Radler, which is German for rider. And that was how Radlers or fruit beers came about. Which I don't know if it's true, but it's a good
Want some
story.
Irish cheese?
You reported me for what?
No code. It's actually Irish cheese.
Who
Well,
makes the
I'm
best
going to go with
cheese?
the Bench Brewing beer.
And I'm going to go to a lemon lime Radler. Sorry, a lemon ginger.
Who makes the
Ripple
best?
effect.
Who makes the best cheese? I'm supposed to say the French, but I think Canada makes some great cheese. I really like Oka. I love Oka.
Can you? Is that OAKA?
OKA.
Okay, Oka, Canadian. What like
Hey,
a
Chad. This is certified B Corporation.
Okay, so it's organic.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, the B Corp is no wait. B Corp is what was B
Because this
Corp?
is the Bench. Is this just a fake thing on the side of their can?
No, B Corp is a real thing.
Okay.
I just can't remember which one that is.
Is
Oh,
that
look at
like
this.
a government designation?
I can pull the label off this. It actually has the thing to remove the label for recycling.
It's for social, environmental, and performance, sustainability, and transparency.
Social. Sorry, like crime.
They use the power of business to create positive changes for all stakeholders, including employees.
Shut up. That's
So they're woke.
yeah. It's garbage. It's just absolute. It's nonsense.
They get government money.
exactly.
Yes, they do.
Multi-musk.
So
Nail.
over here, oh, it tells me I can pull the label off to recycle the can. And actually, it does rip up easily. See?
Huh. Interesting.
You could recycle the can with the label on, and the recycling company will take the label off.
Yeah. It says zip here to separate the plastic sleeve for recycling.
So, Chad, I'm going to throw one at you. If you ever see a Welsh or English cheddar, that's some of the best cheese you're ever going to have. Welsh or English cheddar.
Okay.
We
I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of just cheese in general. I got fat because of cheese. You know, Swiss, Gouda, Gruyere. It doesn't. I fucking like cheese,
mate. Honestly, like a good Gruyere.
Is there any beer cheese thing flavor?
You can make like beer cheese nachos. You make the nacho sauce with some cheese and beer.
So, boys, I'm going to give you the greatest. If you ever have people over, I'm going to give you the greatest appetizer which you've ever had. So, what you need to do,
All right.
Chad,
I'm listening. I'm just reading.
Yeah, he's reading.
you need a cast iron skillet, which I highly recommend. You go and get
like 6 of them. That's how my wife makes naan bread and everything. And crumpets.
Beautiful. So you buy a wheel of camembert, right? Put some oil on the bottom. Wheel of camembert goes in the cast iron skillet. Put some salt over the top of it and make it sort of don't make it fine salt, make it sort of like crusty sea salt, and a drizzle of maple syrup, and then get some rosemary, sprinkle some rosemary over the top, and then you grill it on about 350 for about 7 minutes, and the cheese it retains its shape, but because of the skin, but the inside melts. So you then get some garlic crustinis. And you get a glove, take the iron skillet out of the grill, out of the barbecue, put it on a board. And I did this a couple of weeks ago. We had some friends over for a barbecue, and this was an app. And you get your garlic crustinis, you dip it into the cheese with the salt, the maple syrup, and the rosemary, and the gooey camembert on a garlic crustini. And mate, that is the best appetizer you will ever have. Everybody raved about it. And it's a cool presentation.
I'm not going to remember this, to be honest.
Yeah, we need this written down.
But honestly, it's it's got the presentation factor, because you walk over with the glove and you got the hot iron skillet which you put in the middle of the table. Don't touch the skillet, people. And you get people with the crustinis dipping into it. Honestly, gents, it's amazing. A wheel of camembert, salt, maple syrup, and rosemary. 4 things. And you just melt the cheese inside in the grill. Gooey, salty, sweet, rosemary, herby, everything. And crunchy, because you got the garlic crustinis. So it literally covers all of the mouth basics.
Yeah.
Done.
Malty wants to go to your next app and
it's an open invitation, gents. Open, seriously. It's but trust me, and you can buy a wheel of camembert for like $12, something like that. I got mine. Costco does like a perfect sort of 6-inch wide, which is all you need for camembert. Gentlemen, get yourselves a Costco membership. Please do it. It's worth it.
I have one.
No, I don't have one anymore.
Well,
you know why I don't have one anymore? Because
why?
Canada has the wholesale club, which does basically a lot of the same things that Costco does, and you don't have to pay for a membership.
Interesting. I don't know what Costco's like in Canada, but here in the States, you get money back on the percentage of purchases.
No, you don't.
So
only if you have the business card, the black one.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we actually, my wife and I actually made more money On the we get a check every year. I think membership's 150
Yeah.
a year or something. And I think we got a check back for 253 or something.
Yeah,
So,
same
Yeah,
here.
see, we have our co-op membership, and co-ops in Western Canada and Northern Canada are non-profit to the point that they reintegrate all their profits into dividends for their shoppers based on what they buy. So we buy all of our gas at the co-op. You get dividends on the gas. You get dividends on drugs. So when my wife buys her prescriptions and stuff, she does it through the co-op's pharmacies.
Sure.
The co-op has a liquor store, so I buy most of my beer at the liquor store at the co-op.
Sure.
I think
the cooperative.
Yeah, like we don't do our grocery shopping there because their prices aren't good.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying their sales, like their meat sales are fucking amazing. And the same with their
What's
produce
it cost
sales.
for membership?
They're using all local farmers and all local farms is what they're using for both their meat and their produce. So the sales, when you get a sale, it's fucking amazing. But we don't do a lot of groceries there. Like I'll go and buy my racks of ribs there when they go on sale, and then we'll do our rib nights and stuff. But just with the gas, the beer, and the prescriptions, and very little groceries, we ended up getting like a $450 check from them. So hey,
wow,
I'm good with that.
So Chad, tomorrow morning, I'm driving 51 minutes to a place called the Tractor Supply Company. Yep, it's called the Tractor Supply Company. 51 minutes outside of sunny Milwaukee. Why?
The Tractor Supply Company, the thing that sank PV Mart.
So why is Julian doing that? Because they've got a food sale on. I heard this on the radio. They've got food for like cutting price on chicken, pork, everything. But the hook, which Julian bid on, is they're selling 20 ribeye steaks. Ribeye steaks, 20 of them. Have a guess for how much? 20 ribeye steaks would cost how much in Canada?
Huh. I don't even eat steak, and I know it'd be expensive.
A ribeye is probably what in Canada, $25.
Yeah, probably around there.
Yeah. So they're having a sale, 20 ribeye steaks for $40.
Yeah. Hopefully you're standing in line to get that, sir.
Yeah. Well, it's they've had it. This is the third weekend they've had it. So I don't know what's going on, but
Multi doesn't buy ribeyes.
Ribeyes they're honestly it is a bit of an acquired taste. They're so fatty. It's one of these things where you have one or two bites and it's the best thing you've ever had, but halfway through the steak, you're oozing, your pores are oozing grease. You know what I mean? It's like eating pork fat. You know what I mean? Like making some good.
Oh yeah, my wife loves to do like grilled pork belly.
Yeah.
She makes an amazing pork belly, but my God, by the time you're done, like she did a honey chili glazed pork belly last time, and yeah.
We need to
another ad on YouTube.
What's that?
Another ad on YouTube.
Oh, Rhino's just raking it in. It's
I'm at the 2 cents.
We need to get Multi Musk onto the thing because
he won't come on.
He won't. Okay.
No,
because
he came on once. He has personal things, so he won't come on.
Okay. No, the poor bastard's just typing his heart out there. I feel bad for him. But yeah, 20 ribeyes for $40. It's just that. So and I got a mate in Toronto, obviously, and they always. My brother in Canada sent me. It was like a rib roast, a standing rib roast, It was about 2 or 3 pounds, and it was $78, $78. And then I went to my local Metro, which is like a grocery store, and took a photo. You can buy a. So it worked out to be, I think, about $40 per pound was what it worked out, and a ribeye down here is about $8 a pound. So Canadian meat prices are probably 5 times what America's are.
Yeah.
So, which is
We've also got 10 times the population.
But population doesn't matter, mate. I mean, it's there's a reason. I mean, if it's all government, and the reason being is because if American beef producers, they would not sell their meat in Wisconsin for $8 a pound if they could get $40 a pound in Canada. And all American meat producers would just be shipping all their meat into Canada to get $40 a pound. But obviously, they're not doing it because they can't, because there's government taxes on it. Otherwise, and that's the beauty of sort of capitalism, is it finds these disparities, everybody makes it, and it brings the price down. But there is a reason why.
The main reason why the U.S. and the Canada doesn't sell the U.S. meat is the Canadian food services, like our laws on what they're allowed to put into the meat are very different. It's the reason why when you buy, say, Moosehead in Canada and Moosehead in the U.S., you're buying a very different product, because in the U.S. there's a lot of additives that are allowed to put in, which makes it so they can make a lot more money because it costs a lot less to make. So they put it in, and it is what happens with the meat. It's what happens with the dairy. The amount of, and I mean, it's just white blood cells, but scientifically it's called pus cells. The amount of pus cells allowed in American dairy is a lot higher than in Canadian dairy, which is why for so long American dairy wasn't allowed into the country. And then because American dairy is so much cheaper than Canadian dairy, that's why the quota was put on when they did their last trade negotiation that is no longer being followed.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. It is interesting. My next door neighbor, who we're very, very fond of, the couple there, they're a bit older, they're in their late 60s, and her family comes from northern Wisconsin, and they're a huge a beef cattle farming, dairy and cattle, and dairy and beef, and we've been up to their property and blah blah blah, and we've seen all the cows and walked around, and they're not doing anything which is a farmer's a farmer. They're not chugging in corn syrup, into the side to fatten their cows. It's not some sort of, I don't know. All they do is just they get their cattle, and the cattle are released out into the grasslands. The cattle eat the grass, and then the cattle go to sleep. And in winter, they bring them in and put them in sheds and feed them hay. And they're just a stereotypical cattle farm. So this sort of concept of, US beef has so much more X than Canadian beef. When there are corn syrup's a big thing here, but that's not really. They don't feed. Corn syrup's more of a food additive. It's not in your primary food source. So, yeah, I don't think it's not that we mass produce things using sort of, undercutting unhealthy techniques. Our farmers here, because I've seen them, just let the fucking cows out to eat the grass, then bring them back in. There's no sort of trick to it, and yet our ribeyes are $11 and yours are $25. So I don't think the onus is actually on the farmer. It's not a product quality thing. Would be, the mafia has a hold on the dairy. Yeah, mafia is big in Quebec, mate. I'm a big mafia sort of guy, and I know all about the Rizzuto crime family, and Leonardo has just been arrested with Stefan Solicito.
Not to cut anyone short,
Yeah,
but
sure.
Yeah.
I have 2 minutes to get outside with my wife, or she will kill me.
Okay.
I gotta go. We can do this again next weekend if anyone's interested, but
Sure.
we can start it earlier because I actually I'm opening next weekend, so I will be off 2 hours earlier.
Sure.
But yeah,
Yeah, mate. I'm keen for earlier. If you're available earlier, let's see it up.
au revoir, YouTube. Multi malt. Have a good one. Musky malt.
See ya.
Whatever.